Good afternoon and welcome back to Australia. Welcome back to Phillip Island. Thankfully, it's welcome back to what are rather blustery conditions at the moment, but dry. After some forecasts were predicting maybe a little bit of rain to disrupt day one proceedings here. That wind's expected to pick up throughout the course of this 19th round of 22. Please come and go and see Marco Bezzecchi, who is on course for history here. A 1:26 lap, surely incoming from the number 72. Over the line he goes, and we're about to witness history here in Phillip Island. He has absolutely demolished, destroyed the previous all-time lap record. Jorge Martin's 1:27.246 now looks pedestrian, doesn't it? Marco Bezzecchi has just delivered a showstopper, 1:26.580. What was an ultra close practice session here in Phillip Island has now become a one-man demolition job. Can he find an improvement on this current lap? Bez over the line, he does. A 1:26.492, just for good measure. Marco Bezzecchi breaks his own all-time lap record. What a session by Bez, absolutely outstanding. It's just a reminder, of course, he will have the double long lap penalty to serve on Sunday after his involvement with Marc Marquez. If he's able to do 1:26s like he was in that session, 2 long laps ain't going to bother him too much, are they? Raul Fernandez delivers a brilliant 1:26.783 from the Trackhouse rider. Fresh off his first sprint podium, his first MotoGP podium of any sorts, last time out in Manlica. Fernandez safely through in second. Pecco Bagnaia coming straight into the box, looking really frustrated, very angry, very agitated, making all kinds of hand gestures to his crew. A little bit worrying.
Yeah, it looks like Pecco Bagnaia, for whatever reason, cannot get the feeling to turn in well this year.
Look at this. Wow. He's almost shaking his own teeth out there, isn't he? Pecco Bagnaia. Pecco Bagnaia enters the pits and cutting, again, a bit of a dejected figure, isn't he? That is the Italian.
Today, pretty much, anytime he's been on that first bike, from Bagnaia's point of view, it's been trying to throw him off the circuit. On his second bike this morning, he did eventually get up to speed, didn't he? Get himself into 7th place on a 28.5. But once again, he's starting a session on his back foot.
The 63 then now through the final corner. Is this going to be good enough to push Pecco inside the all-important top 10? Over the line he goes. It is 14th to 7th, a 1:27.132. Quartararo then coming down the Gardner Straight. Spoke to a couple of Quartararo's crew in the lunch break here in Australia, and they said Fabio was very bright and bubbly after his performance this morning in FP1. With good reason, he found that 1:28.520 with 22 laps on the same set of tyres, so his pace and consistency was very impressive.
The number 20 is chasing a 26. Quartararo across the line. It's a 26.9 for the 2021 World Champion.
We saw how strong Fabio was on used rubber in FP1 this morning. Factory Yamahas, 2nd and 3rd on a Friday practice. When was the last time we were able to say that? Alex Rins, well, he did his 1:27 flat. Pol Espargaro, it is the
KTM.
Dumps out the home hero. It is 7th quickest.
Fair play, Pol Espargaro, the fastest KTM on this Friday afternoon in Phillip Island. And someone's gone down, though, in the second sector. We look outside our commentary box window and into the distance we can see a KTM. We can now see on screens, and it's Pedro Acosta who's gone down at the Miller hairpin.
Yeah, you could hear him there. He actually picked the throttle back up as he tried to accelerate, pick up some drive coming out of that Miller corner. Just on the gas, maybe just taking a little bit too much weight off that front tyre.
Costa lost time in that final sector. In the second half of the lap, it all fell away. He's now in relatively precarious positions, down in P8 at the moment. He's only saved by 1/4 of a second.
Pedro Acosta into Q2 by just 0.05 of a second. Gian Antonio fires himself back inside the top 3 as well. He becomes our 4th rider of this record-breaking session to find a 1:26. Here's Alex looking to take another giant leap towards 2nd place in the World Championship this weekend here in Australia. We'll track the 73 now over the line, and Alex finds a 1:26 himself, and that's pushed the Spaniard up into 3rd place, 1:26.974.